watching T2T Boxing.
This is Tommy Watt for T2T Boxing in association with IFL TV and Fight Call Out. I'm joined by Joe Parker's trainer, Kevin Barry, here at the open workout for Pacquiao Horn. How you doing, mate?
Good, I'm doing great.
Great event to be at. A lot of excitement around the fight, and Duco seems to be doing a great job with Jeff, like they did with Joe.
This is just absolutely fantastic. You know, I've known Jeff and Glenn for the last 3 or 4 years. I've watched their development, and you know, Jeff's fought on Joe's undercards about 5 times, and for him now to be in the limelight in his own town, it's just fantastic. You know, it's a dream come true.
Absolutely huge event for Australian boxing. They say, make up for my accent, I'm not local to these parts. And your man Joseph Parker is very well talked about on British shores at the moment. Is there any news about anyone over in the UK? Is there any news with as far as Joe's next fight?
Well, you know, we've been negotiating with Peter Fury from the Hughie Fury camp for some time. We're very close to announcing it. You know, I think the fight looks like it's going to be September 24. In fact, Joe's due to arrive in this afternoon here in Brisbane, and him and I will be heading over to London on Wednesday.
Oh, excellent. And so that fight obviously fell through last minute when it was meant to be over in New Zealand, and so you brought in a late replacement. But so you trained for Hughie Fury before. How confident are you with that fight, and what's Joe's skills you're going to see him?
Well, yeah, I'm very confident. Every time I put Joe into the ring, you know, it's a young man who's getting better every time that he steps inside those ropes. You know, we've had a very long study of Hughie, and he's a very skillful, very good boxer, very awkward, and that awkwardness that he uses it to his advantage. You know, it's a young man that we're going to have to break down systematically. We made a few adjustments in our first training camp when we thought we were going to fight him, and no doubt we'll be tweaking it again before we end up fighting in September. But it's a great challenge for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you defend that bout, so that would be great exposure for Joe over in the UK, where there's say a lot of money in boxing at the moment and a lot of excitement. And Joshua, obviously the big money fight, I assume for Joe. Is that something that you'd like down the line?
Well, you know, the appeal for us is obviously fighting in the UK, and that is it is the honeypot of world boxing at the moment. You know, that's where all the big fights are, it's where all the big names are, especially in the heavyweight division. And you know, Anthony Joshua is the golden goose, everyone wants to fight him. But I mean, you know, there are other fights there for us. You know, there's David Hay when he gets his Achilles fixed, there's Tony Bellew. You know, there's Dillian Whyte at some stage. You know, there are fighters in the UK at the moment who feature heavily in the world top 10s, and fighters that we want to get amongst. And this fight's going to do a lot for Joe's profile in the UK. He's had a very good following in the last couple of years especially. You know, don't forget we spent a bunch of time sitting there as a mandatory with the IBF to fight Anthony, and it's a fight that both parties were gearing up for, and then we both went on a different path. So look, you know, hopefully that's a fight that will happen, but it's a fight where both guys have got a lot of work to do. You know, Joshua fighting the rematch with Klitschko again, and us defending for a second time against Hughie Fury.
Excellent. We'll let you get off. Hopefully we'll catch up with you and Joe later on in the week, and wish you the best.
My pleasure.